Hey dudes, welcome to the second banner of the Final Fantasy V event. So as usual, OSB is back. If you didn't get it on the first banner, you may get it on the second banner, who knows. So we've already been through this one, so let's go to the next one. Nirvana. Restore a moderate amount of HP to all allies, grant them re-raise. Kind of similar to Ico's so far. Temporarily raise the user's mind a moderate amount and resistance a small amount. It's interesting. Grant haste and burst mode to the user, of course. Burst abilities, deal 4 white magic holy attacks to one target and temporarily raise the user's mind a small amount. Second one is restore a small amount of HP to all allies. First looking at this, yes, it's a little bit situational. It's pretty good for multiplayer. We did utilize re-raise in multiplayer once, and it was actually pretty good. Do I think it's a good BSB? I think it's average for a white mage BSB. I mean, it's pretty decent, but compared to like Selfie, stuff like that, I would say it's a little bit lower than Selfies, but still pretty good nevertheless, and Lenna gets a pretty decent BSB. Masamune, I guess a lot of you guys have this one from the Keeper's Choice, second Keeper's Choice, but let's go through it anyway. 129 attack, deal 8 physical attacks on one target, grant haste and burst mode to the user. Raise the user's defense a large amount and temporarily attract single target physical and black magic attacks. So yep, and then you can do the retaliate combo, of course, with this secondary burst ability, and then we also have dual thrust, which is basically ×2 banishing strike. So yeah, it's really, really good. NUO or something like that. Scourge, 127 attack, 127 magic, 66 mind. Adds a small boost to dark damage. You have to keep this into account when using dark attacks with X-Death, because if you are using X-Death, you'll probably be using some dark attacks in the future or throughout any battle. Deal 6 magic dark attacks to non-elemental and non-elemental attacks to one target. Temporarily raise the user's it's magic to all allies. A moderate amount and their resistance a small amount. Oh, nice! That's really good, actually. So you can use this. It's kind of like Apocalypse Shield, but for mages, right? So yeah, pretty good. And you also can stack that with other stuff, like Sheep Song. Genji Blade, I used to use this one quite a lot, so you guys probably know it by now. It's a small chance to paralyze. It's really good for an attacker because usually if you don't have the major region for your white mage, you may want to use it on Gilgamesh. So yeah, pretty good. X-Death's little costume, 17 magic, I guess that's a little bit beneficial. This also adds a small boost to dark damage, so adding this to his weapon is really cool. Deal 4 magic dark attacks to all targets and enable each ally to avoid one magic attack. So yeah, Magic Blink, definitely useful as well. We all know what Magic Blink does by now, so yeah. So Faris's Braces, I do have this one. Would I use this over her BSB? Sometimes. If I feel like I have a pretty good advantage in the battle, I'd probably use it as a Winded Peril, and then use, say, Bartz's OSB or BSB, whatever you have. BSB doesn't have wind, but his secondary ability does. I usually do his SB, which is the Chocobo thing, which gives him N wind, and then after that I'll use his BSB after, and then secondary attacks. But yeah, a lot of things have wind, such as Clouds, and yeah, Zidane's has Wind Imperil as well. So yeah, pretty cool. Bartz's Cloak, just talked about this one. It's mainly just used to end wind, and that's about it. I mean, the AoE is pretty good too. More Branch, deal 4 non-elemental magic attacks to all targets and absorb enemy black and white magic to restore ability uses. This is also pretty good. If you don't have his other weapons, of course, you would probably use this one. So yeah, it's just a soul break though, but yeah, for a runic, you may be in a situation where you're just getting bombarded by black magic or white magic attacks where you may actually use this. And of course, if you're low on hones as well, that's even more beneficial too. So yeah, it's pretty good for newer players as well. Anyway, let's do the 100 gem draw. Would I do 11 on the first or second banner? Probably the first one. Second banner is like a little bit okay, but it depends if you're mainly using magic and stuff like that as well. Second one's more magic and white magic. Black and white magic stuff. So we've got a 3-star anyway. And I'll see you guys in the Ultimate Plus and Plus Plus fight. Peace out.